This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Serial shopbreakers in Manchester charged. Two men who were caught on CCTV breaking into a business place on the Carteret Road in Mandeville, Manchester on Tuesday, February 1, have been linked to at least 3 other similar incidents in the parish dating back to September of last year. The men, 38-year-old Daniel Grant, a mason of Morrimount District, St. Anne, and the 33-year-old Ryan Parker, a mason of Somerset District, were last week charged with shop breaking and larceny. They are now facing the additional charge of storehouse breaking and larceny and the 2 additional counts of shop breaking and larceny. Reports are that on September 25, 2021, about 7:30 a.m., a shopkeeper securely locked her business place on Baptist Road in the parish and left her for home. Upon her return, she discovered that culprits pried open a door, entered, and stole several items. Both Grant and Parker were apprehended on February 2, 2022, while breaking into another building. The police said they later confessed to another breaking-in incident, which happened on October 29, 2021, about 8:30 a.m. Official reports are that the complainant securely locked up his business place and left, and upon his return, he discovered that culprits cut off the locks to the building, entered, ransacked, and stole several items. And in another incident on December 14, 2021, on the Carteret Road in Mandeville, a complainant locked the business place she is in charge of and left her for home. Upon her return, she discovered that culprits had cut off the grills to the basement where the storehouse is and stole several items. The incident happened about 5:30 a.m. The police said Grant and Parker were held and gave a confession to officers. They also took the police to the locations on Main Street, Mandeville. Police searching for a driver in Spanish Town hit and run. The police in St. Catherine are searching for the driver of a motorcar which slammed into a motorcycle. The injured motorcyclist has been hospitalized. It is reported that about 12:15 p.m. yesterday, the motorbike with the driver and a pillion aboard was traveling along Job Lane. Upon reaching the vicinity of the Spanish Town Examination Depot, a blue Toyota Axio drove out into the traffic and crashed into the bike. The motorcyclist received severe injuries to his legs. He was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital. The driver of the car stopped briefly, then sped off. Police personnel who were nearby went in pursuit but did not catch up with the Axio. Meanwhile, head of traffic, the St. Catherine North Police Division Sergeant Donovan Barnes has urged the motorist to report to the nearest police station within 24 hours. We do not know why he left the scene. However, we are asking the driver to turn himself in for questioning, Barnes said. St. Catherine North has recorded 4 crash fatalities since the start of the year. Bills increase, services decrease, Manchester councillors chide JPS. Councillors at the Manchester Municipal Corporation have expressed displeasure at the poor level of service they continue to receive from the Jamaica Public Service Company, despite numerous reports. Their dissatisfaction was further fueled by the virtual attendance of the operations manager, Devon Willis, to last Thursday's meeting instead of being physically present to facilitate better discussions absent the technical glitches. Willis, in his response, indicated there was some miscommunication between his office and the corporation as to the date and the time for meetings. However, that was quickly refuted by Mayor Donovan Mitchell, who stated that the general corporation meetings across the island have been held on the second Thursday of every month at 10 a.m. since 1928. Despite Willis's reports on streetlights repairs, pothole replacement, and debushing projects, the councillors said they were dissatisfied with the quality of the work. I want to find out if it is only when persons have late payment that the contractors JPS employs can be effective in the job of disconnection. You are paid by your customers by this council to carry out your lawful duties. How often are linemen sent out to do their assessments? Councillor of the Craighead Division Omar Miller questioned. He added, "When you look at the monthly bills, you have no choice but to pay. That means the service we require, we must get it." As the service company continues to encourage the use of its mobile app to report issues, among other features, Councillor of the Grovetown Division, Isa Val Brown, indicated that it should not be positioned as the most effective method for all. "Not everybody is tech savvy, and Willis is telling me that I should tell the public to download the app. We have so many problems to talk about, and it cannot be that people are having problems and it cannot be addressed." Brown said as a result of persons' inaccessibility and inability to use the app, several issues remain underreported. Right now at the Cocowalk Cemetery, there is a rotten pole that is practically across the road, she said. However, media and a public relations manager at the JPS, Audrey Williams, told the news that the app remains an option for reporting issues even as the company streamlines the processes for improved results. While customers are encouraged to use the mobile app because of the improved customer experience in being able to track the resolution of their query, the company is also mindful that some customers are not as tech-savvy. That is why all the other channels for making formal reports still exist, she stated. Councillor of the Walterstown Division, Leroy Mitchell, indicated that lives will continue to be endangered if the company takes a reactive rather than a proactive approach. "I am so disappointed that you have to be waiting months to get a matter resolved. Over the last 4 to 6 months, I have been complaining of fire with an entanglement up by Shudley, and up until today, nothing has been done about it." Willis, speaking at the monthly corporations meeting on Thursday, indicated that there are some challenges and asked members to submit formal and specific reports about their concerns so they can be addressed. "I will reach out to all councillors to have a one-on-one and want to get a feel of the challenges and how best I can work with each councillor. I am just asking for your patience and allow us to work together," he said. Westmoreland wanted men Santa and Satan surrender to police. The two men, the Westmoreland police said, fired at them during a covert operation in the Bluefields community of Aldear on Saturday have now surrendered. Andre Bunny Hines, the parish's most wanted man, was shot dead in the reported confrontation and an AK-47 and several rounds of ammunition taken from him. His two alleged accomplices, Devan Bennett, also known as Santa, and Moses Ramsey, popularly called Satan, reportedly fired at the police and then escaped. They were reportedly dressed in army fatigue. Bennett, who was wanted for murder and other offenses, surrendered to the police about 9 o'clock yesterday morning in the company of his pastor. By noon, Ramsey, accompanied by his attorney, turned up at the police station. The police are urging persons to be vigilant and to report wanted persons to their local police or Crime Stop at 311. Persons are also encouraged to report suspicious and/or strange persons or activities in and around their communities. Harboring a fugitive is a serious offense for which people may be charged. Spillage from overladen trucks causing some crashes, fire department warns. The Manchester police are being urged to monitor overladen trucks which are responsible for spillage along main roads that result in some vehicular crashes. Rohan Powell, Deputy Superintendent of the Manchester Fire Department, says the department has been receiving more frequent calls to respond to spills of marl, sand, cement, gravel, and oil. He noted that many of the incidents have occurred along the Melrose Bypass and the Spur Tree areas. A lot of these trucks, when they pass through, they seem to be servicing their units on the roadway and just leaking out all the oil. It poses a serious challenge for motorists, and we have seen an increase in a number of accidents. Thankfully, there we have not had any fatalities from them, said DSP Powell. He was speaking at last week's meeting of the Manchester Municipal Corporation. In the One Don Gang trial, the Chief Justice accepts secret audio recordings into evidence. Chief Justice Brian Sykes on Monday afternoon ruled that he will accept secretly recorded conversations among alleged members of the One Don Gang to be used in the trial in the Home Circuit Court. The Chief Justice announced his decision shortly before 4:30 p.m. The prosecution recently made a submission that the recordings met the requirements of the Evidence Act. The prosecution argued that the fact that the witness was able to download the application, record the conversations, and access the recordings multiple times without the phone crashing suggests that the device was in good working order. On Monday afternoon, the Chief Justice said there was nothing to suggest that the witness manipulated the data. Last week, the forensic expert who extracted the recordings told the court that he did not ascertain whether the phone was malfunctioning at the time of use. He said there was no application to indicate whether the device was functioning properly. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.